Besides these two fathers, we were also able to speak to two brothers who had tested positive for COVID and had recovered fully from it. They all fervently declared that the experience had not weakened their faith in God. Brother Jith was one of the brothers we got to speak to, and he shared his experience with us. He said that when he found out that he had tested positive for COVID 19, he was anxious but not afraid. He accepted this turn of events with much faith, believing that if God allowed him to contract the virus, then God would also give him the healing and the ability to overcome it. By trusting in prayers, care of oneself, and with complete faith in God, he is now free from the virus.
Maybe I used to always hear about this. These thoughts used to motivate me. One of the main thought is that the God will always strike you, but He will always give you at the same time as He shakes. He will give you the strength to carry on, and also He may not tempt you beyond your limits. So that's what I would like to tell them. That though He may be shaking you, He will still be with you and give you strength to carry on in those difficult circumstances. And I believe that God will be glorified through your attitude when you keep still trust on to the Lord, when you press on to the Lord, when you keep still the fidelity and not to shake, but to firmly come closer to you. Maybe I believe this COVID is an experience for the whole humanity to come more closer to God than not to trust in the more the science, the advancement. We were so far thinking about, I am also interested in science very much, finding life in Mars and all these things. But at the same time, we are forgetting that God is providing for us and God is with us, and there are so many poor people neglected on the peripheries. We have been forgetting, and we are progressively advancing in our technologies, forgetting the need for us to depend on God. And when this COVID crisis came, I don't say that science failed, but we are coming to an understanding of the limitedness of our human advancement and technologies and all this we are boasting about, and we are so proud. And now it's time for us to turn to God, uh, turn to God for strength, for support, and also at the same time, I believe it is to realize the plan of God through this COVID situation, how He is able to, even now He has not wiped us out. It is only a pandemic that has brought a big radical change in our day-to-day lives and our experience. Maybe I would think that we need to get back to our family, know the love that we share in the family, than to go and seek happiness outside. But we be together in the family, love each other, and then to celebrate the love of God within the family than in the outside infrastructure. That's what I would like to say.
Brother Jith sees the pandemic as God's ways of bringing family together, to spend time with each other and to love each other, fellowshipping with one another. It is a way of bringing families to pray together and, more importantly, to find love
I
and
believe that
warmth
I
at
was
home
positive in
and
the
not
test,
in the
but not in
outside
the body.
world.
Maybe I was quite asymptomatic. And during the days, faith and my views, they were not shaken because I accept it as a will of God, as a plan of God that He has something to do with the world. And I know that He will bring good out of it. Though we may not be able to see, though the boat is shaking, still Jesus is with us. Though the disciples are waking the Jesus to calm the storm, but I still am believing that Jesus is the master of all and He will bring good out of all this that were happening. And my faith was not shaken, but I was asking Lord why the churches are closed, all your prayer houses are being closed. But I felt that God is, though these things are closed, God is opening another prayer house in every family. People come together and then they love each other, where all the works are being suspended, all these are suspended. They have time to spend in the families. And we also have time personally to feel the intimacy with God in my life. So I consider it as a plan of God that He's bringing something positive out of it. I believe that His plan will ultimately triumph and it will bring only the good of the humanity. And that's what my personal belief is.